Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another Sims 2 speed build. Today we are building a classic English pub on a high street, and this is a bit of clickbait actually. Or is it clickbait if what you think you're getting isn't as good as what you actually get? Does that make sense? I don't know. I've put this as a UK pub speed build, but actually this is just one part of this whole lot. This is going to be basically a full-blown high street. This is going to be a pub, it's going to be a supermarket, it's going to be a cafe, it's going to be all sorts basically. And I say that because I'm still mid-building of this. So this lot isn't actually done at the time of me doing this voiceover, but the pub is done on the end. And I thought, if I film this whole thing, the video is going to be mental. It's going to be about 45 minutes long. And I don't think people want that, but let me know. Comment if you want that. I don't know. Do people like longer videos? Do people want us to keep them short? What's the vibe? Let me know. But I felt like a shorter video just to show off the pub build would be good for this. And as you can see here, this is the whole high street. So I think it's about 6 units. And yeah, the pub is on the corner, which is quite classic. I think you'd often find the pub on the corner, you know, and it's a little bit taller than the rest of the street, which is more just like shops and cafes, like I say, so a bit more retail. And I think the idea is, if you put this in your neighborhood, your Sims could come here and do pretty much everything. Because, as I say, there's going to be shopping for both food and clothes and, like, places to hang out. I don't want to say everything that's going to be here, because I think we should keep a few surprises for the next part. So that there's basically, I guess, there's going to be a part 2 to this. And I'll probably do the whole rest of the high street in one whack in the next video. But I thought, you know, it'd be nice just to showcase the pub, because it's the biggest building or whatever on the lot, probably has the most that's gone into it, so it made the most sense in my eyes to give it its own separate video. And I wouldn't really do a whole separate video just for like building a shop, you know, whereas it's building a pub and then building a whole high street, so you're getting a good amount of variety in each video. And here we are, this red brick kind of Tudor thing going on at the end. That is the pub. And I thought, you know, how should I style this pub? Because pubs in the UK, they come in many different ways, you know, that we can have pubs in the UK. You've got your classic old man pub, the very classic English pub, and then you've got more modern pubs that are a bit trendy, you know, they do food and, you know, they're a little bit, maybe they're in a franchise or whatever, but you do occasionally get pubs that are a bit more like the one I ended up building, which I would say is fairly classic. And it's a very community style pub, because it's got these 3 different levels to it, and I didn't just want to do bar and seating on each and every single level. So what you've got is a good range. You know, you've got the more classic pub downstairs, and then as we work up the building, you'll see different things for your Sims to do. And I think that's really good on a community lot, because, you know, you want them to have variety. You know, you don't want the Sims to be bored when they're out of the house. And this is a first for me on this channel, building a community lot. Every other video I've done so far has been apartments or houses, mainly apartments or like multi-house lots. So if you like that kind of thing, go check out my other videos after this, if you like. But this is the first community lot that I've done. And I like building community lots, actually. I think it's not, you know, I don't do it as much as I build houses, especially as I don't do it as much as I build apartments. Because they're, you know, it's much more fun in my opinion, because your Sims spend the most time there. But when you do want to send them out the house and you do want them to hit the town, I think it's sometimes the Maxis community lots that you get in the game, you know, they're okay, but obviously they're in like American style, and with them being built by, you know, Maxis in the US 20 years ago, they don't necessarily have the vibe that the modern Sims of today want and need, especially not ones for those of us playing in the UK and want, you know, we want to replicate that vibe that we're used to a bit more. Although having said that, I think UK pubs, and I suppose Irish pubs are a similar vibe, and I know they're very popular around the world. I mean, can you go anywhere without seeing an Irish pub somewhere? Or a British-style pub. So that's kind of what I was going for, without being too specific about any one country or vibe. It's basically what you'd expect to see. If you walked into a pub in the UK, you'd not be shocked to see this. You know, it's pretty standard. And as you can see there, we did the ground floor, which was standard, Bob's Standard pub. And then up here on the first floor, got a little bit more of like a dining vibe going on. So I put in a little kitchen. Full disclosure, I don't really fully understand how that will work. I think there will be a chef that spawns there, like an NPC chef that spawns there, and your Sims can go to the pub, have a pint downstairs, and then go upstairs and order food. If somebody knows otherwise, for example, do I need to put in like a wait, you know, the little server, the hoster stand where people, what's the word? My brain is not working. Where you go and you basically walk in and go, hello, table for two. Do I need to add one of those? Because it's not too late. I'm still building this lot. As I say, I've got more shops to do. So if anything is missing, or if you have any ideas for other shops and lots that could be featured on this UK high street, it's not too late to let me know. And it would be amazing, actually, if I could get some suggestions from people on this video and then actually implement them and build them in this lot. I think that could be really fun. And I'll definitely do some shout outs to anybody who gives me that good idea. Because, I mean, like I say, I don't want to give away too much of what I've got planned to build, because I think that, you know, I want to give you guys a reason to come back and watch the rest of it. But there are some other options. Okay, let's put it this way. There's some vacant lots. So if you're a budding business person, let me know. Pitch to me your business idea, and I'll see if you make it. I'll see if you make it into this high street. I'm like the board of commerce or something. What I'm talking shit right now, but I've had a busy week, so my brain's a little bit all over the place. But sometimes you're tired and your brain just switches off, right? Other times you're tired and you sort of enter a delirium, and I think I'm in the delirium phase where I'm just a little bit doolally, but I'm vibing with it. I'm just going with the flow. So anyway, enough about my mental breakdown. Here is the top floor of the pub, which has, how fun is this? A little stage. So this would be great for, you know, open mic nights, or let's say there's a band on, or maybe there's some Amdram, or, you know, maybe this is even somewhere that the local people could have a little community meeting, you know. They might have the, I don't know, maybe the local theatre company are going to put on a production and they've rented out the top floor of the pub. You know, you fit a few dozen people up there. It's just nice and local. So I was going to put a full-on, you know, rock band setup up there, but it was just getting a bit busy, and ultimately I just thought the microphone does the job. If you want to go in and customize it for whatever thing you want to do, then do it. But yeah, I thought this just works nicely as not too busy, but still the Sims can go up there and sing or do, you know, speak or whatever it is they want to do. And there's a second bar up there because, you know, it's a long way down to the ground floor for a pint. I wouldn't put up with that. I wouldn't return to this pub if I had to take 2 flights of stairs for a pint. My God. So we've put another thing up there. And that is basically it for this build. So, well, no, for the pub. So this is a really, really quick one. It's just showing off this first part of the lot, but there's lots more to come. I'll leave you with some shots of the pub in action before I move on to the rest of this high street in the next video. So if you want to see that, do subscribe and check back to the channel later this week, and I will be showing the rest of this UK high street. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.